Hello, my name is Mrs. Holmes and I am a teacher at School 33. I teach foundations, and so I am here to present foundations lesson to our kindergartners. Welcome, kindergartners. I know some of you and some of you are new. Today we're going to learn about before and after, and we're going to do it with our Brennan lesson like we do normally at school. So we're going to talk about answering questions and having conversations. We're going to use words correctly when we speak, and we're going to figure out how word meanings are related, how words relate to each other. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to review our signs. We've been practicing those all year long, so we're going to review those signs. We're going to read a Brennan story today. We're going to answer some questions about it, and there's also going to be some fun stuff to do at the end. So just like at school. So we're not going to do all of these signs. Maybe we should pick one on each page. Let's see. Let's see where we're going to stop. How about this one right here? Oh, do you remember what that is? That is next to. Next to, remember? All right, let's see what the next one is. How about this one down here? Oh, there's an arrow pointing to all of the bunnies. All. Remember that one? Let's see what's next. How about, oh, we'll do this one that's right in the middle. Oh, where is that block? That block is at the top. Nice job. How about this one over here? Oh, that's like next to. There's a different word for it, though. Do you remember what it is? He is standing beside. Beside. The sign is the same as next to. Beside. Let's try this one down here in the bottom. Oh. Well, so this one's a little confusing sometimes because there's several signs associated with those jars of candy, but it looks to me like that jar of candy has the most. Remember that one? And then that other one with just two, this one right here with just two, would have the least, right? Okay. Let's try this one right in the center. Oh, that boy, where is he? Is he first? No, he's last. Remember our pinkies? Last. He's last in line. Let's try this one up here. Oh, we learned about this at our school. We learned about this with tunnels. We went through some tunnels that were wide and some tunnels that were narrow. Wide and narrow. Let's try this one over here. Oh, do you remember this one? There's another picture. Let's turn this one over so we can see the difference. So in this picture right here, they are near each other, right? They're really close to each other. But in this picture over here, they are far away from each other. Remember that? Far away. Let's try this one right here. Oh, do you remember that one? He's above. He's flying above. Oh, these are the ones where we slide them out. Let's try this one. Oh, this is when we talked about sizes, remember? One of those is small, one of those is medium, and one of them is large. Oh, where is that X? That X is in the center of the paper. Oh, remember this one? I don't want this bag right here. I want that other bag, remember? Other. That's one that we did recently. Oh, and we talked about rows, right? Rows, often when we sit on the carpet for foundations or we sit at our desks, we sit in rows. And then we talked about first. That blue train is first. That green train is next, right? And that red train, get those pinkies out, it's last. Today, we're going to talk about before and after. So for before and after, we're going to kind of make a 4 with our hand like this. With the back of our hand, I'm looking at the back of my hand, and I'm going to put my other hand here, and I'm going to say before. These are things that happened before. And then for after, we're going to do like this. We'll put our hands like this, and we're going to say after. After. Like that. Okay? So those are all of our signs. We're probably not going to sing a song today because it's just a little hard to do this way. But we're going to read a story, and the story is called Before and After Spring. And I want you to listen for the things that happen before spring, and remember, before spring, and the things that happen after spring, okay? All right. Brennan liked to play outside during different times of the year. He could always find something fun to do no matter what the season was. Before spring, it was usually very cold outside. It was winter. When Brennan went out to play, he wore his hat, his mittens, his big coat, and a scarf. All of these clothes kept Brennan warm while he played in the snow. One of Brennan's favorite things to do before spring came was to build a snowman. He especially liked to build large snowmen that were made of 3 or 4 heavy snowballs. One day, Brennan rolled all the balls of snow until they were so heavy he could hardly push them anymore. Then he got a friend to help them stack the snowballs on top of each other. Remember that? Hear that top? When the snowballs were all in place, he gave the snowman a carrot nose and a mouth and eyes made of small rocks. There was only one thing left to do: give the snowman a tall black hat. There, his snowman was finished. After the snowman was finished, Brennan rode his sled down the steepest hill he could find. Whee! He really liked to play outside before spring came. After many weeks, the weather began to change. It wasn't winter anymore, it was spring. After spring came, Brennan was ready to play outside again. He put on his baseball cap and glove and ran outside into the spring air. He saw 2 yellow flowers growing near his house. Brennan thought they looked very pretty. After he looked at the flowers, he pulled his red wagon out of the shed. He hadn't played with his wagon since last fall. Brennan put his glove into the wagon and began to pull it to the baseball field. He was glad it was spring. All right, so here's the questions we need to think about. When was the weather cold? When was it cold? Is it here when the leaves are turning? Is it here when we go to the beach? Or here when the flowers are blooming? No, it's here where there's snow. And we know we're right because we got that dinging sound, huh? Tell what Brennan wore outside in the winter. Did he wear this kind of stuff that you wear now so you don't get wet? These clothes here that you wear when you go swimming or play baseball or go swim the pool? Or these things here that keep you warm? I don't know, guys. I think it might be this one over here. We'll put it right there. Oh, we were right. The things that keep us warm. Let's go to our next one here. What were Brennan's favorite things to do before spring came? Not after, before. So before spring came, think about what the weather's like before spring. What did he like to do? Did he like to build a snowman, play baseball, sled, or smell the flowers? Well, before spring, the weather is cold, so we can't really smell flowers or play baseball when it's like that, but we can build a snowman and go sledding. I agree. Why did Brennan need someone to help him build his snowman? Let's think about that for a minute. We talked about he was rolling those big, heavy snowballs. I bet he probably couldn't do that all by himself, huh? He needed some help. What did the snowman look like when Brennan was done making him? Do you remember all the things? Let's pull this out here. He had a carrot nose. Remember, he said he put a tall hat on him. He gave him eyes and a mouth made out of coal. And he must have been very big because he rolled those snowballs very large. How did the weather change? How was it here and how was it here? Here it was cold, cold. And then it got warmer, right? So before it was cold, and after spring, the weather was warmer. What did Brennan do after spring came? So we know that before spring came, it was cold and he liked to build snowmen and ride his sled. But after spring came and the weather was warmer, he liked to play baseball and he liked to smell those flowers, huh? Where did Brennan find his red wagon? Do you remember? Was it in the garage? Was Is it in the shed, or did he keep it in his house? Let's give these a tap and see. I think it was in his shed, wasn't it? Let's see. Oh, we don't get any happy dinging sounds. We're just going to have to know that we were right. I think it was in his shed. Do you agree? I hope I remember the story right. Now I want you to think about what your favorite season is. What do you like to do during your favorite season? Is your favorite season, ooh, look at this one up here at the top. It is cold and it is wintry. Over here, flowers are blooming, like during the Lilac Festival at Highland Park. Down here is the season, this is fall when we pick pumpkins. And over here, it's summer where it's hot and you get to go swimming. What's your favorite season? Mine, I think, is summer because I really enjoy going to the beach and swimming, and I like the warm weather very much. What season comes after spring? After. So we have winter, spring, summer, and fall. So before spring, we know it's winter, right? And then it's spring, and after spring comes summer. Summer comes after spring, that hot weather. Let's see here. Let's skip over that one. Okay, guys, here's some questions I want you to think about, okay? I'll answer some and you can answer some, okay? What do you do before you go to bed? Something I do is I brush my teeth. I always brush my teeth before I go to bed. That's a good habit to get into. What's something you do before you go to bed? What do you do before you go outside on a snowy day? I always like to put my gloves on because my hands get so cold on snowy days. Can you think about something that you like to do before you go outside on a snowy day? Let's see here. What do you do after you spill a glass of milk? I know in my house, we clean it up. We got to get a paper towel and we've got to clean it up so that the floor doesn't get sticky. Let's try one more. How would you feel after you ran a fast race? Maybe your heart would be beating and you might be sweating and you might be hot. That's how you would feel after you ran a fast race. There's some more things here. So if you would like to pause this video, you can have your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister read you some of these, and you can practice using the signs before and after while you talk about things that you do and what you do before and after. Like, what do you do before you go swimming? What do you look like after a haircut? So you can go ahead and pause the video here if you would like to practice those things. Okay, I think all we've got left here, guys, are some videos, and I can't play those really well for you from here. But I hope that you guys were able to answer some questions in here, and maybe you can have some conversations with mom and dad and brothers and sisters about things that you do before and after, okay? Let's get just back out of here. It has been really, really fun to do this foundations lesson with you. And I hope that you guys are staying safe and happy at home.